Hey, it's your girl Nettie B.
Hey, and it's Reema L, and this is the Sugar and Spouse podcast where we're giving you guys all the tips and tricks, aka the sugar, on wedding planning.
And let us not forget about the spouse, where we help you keep the spark alive before and after those I do's. We will also highlight professional vendors that can hopefully help you in your wedding planning journey. So, without further ado, let's get into it. When I feel what I feel, sometimes it's hard to tell you so. What's up, girl?
Hey, nothing much, nothing much. Still on the high from Muna Lucci's Muna Love Fest.
Oh man, I'm feeling the love. It was so fun.
Yeah, it was so fun. The food was so good. The drinks were good. The decor was excellent. It was
The
just a good
vendors
time.
were good and so like professional. Like if you
Mm-hmm.
go there and get a vendor from there, like instantly your wedding is gonna be like memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it was so much
Absolutely
fun.
amazing.
So you guys got to make sure that you
Mm-hmm.
check out our highlight and like it,
Mm-hmm.
give us some
Yeah.
comments, let us know how you
Right.
feel,
Follow us. Yeah, if you want
follow
to see
us,
some more of it,
subscribe
subscribe. All
so we
those
can go
fun
through.
words.
Let us know if that's the type of content you like, because we'll definitely make more of it. I would love to visit another bridal expo or anything else like that, because that was super fun, even though I'm already
And
married, you know.
it doesn't matter. It's okay.
That's right.
It definitely put me in the mood to get married again, or at least prepare
Exactly.
for the vow renewal.
Exactly. So, and it's also for you guys too. So,
Mm-hmm.
without any further
Mm-hmm.
ado of feeling the love, speaking of love,
Yeah.
let's talk
Speaking of
about these
love.
love languages. I know you heard of it.
Yeah, we heard some things like a lot of controversy on love languages. So we're gonna debunk it
Yes,
today. We're gonna
yes.
figure out if the love languages are valid or not.
Exactly. I know, like, I took a love language test. Sure, you took one too, Rima.
Oh
But
yeah.
do you know what love language you got with your result?
Okay. So when I took the test, it gave percentages for each one. There's allegedly
Mm-hmm.
five,
Mm-hmm.
five love languages. And my top love language, I believe, was acts of service, was
Mm-hmm.
mine. Acts of service, followed by, I want to say, words of affirmation. I might have to
Mm.
revisit it.
Yeah, maybe. Mine was all about QT, quality time.
Oh, that's nice.
Quality time. I think it was followed by words of affirmation, like very slightly, because
Mm-hmm.
I know I've mentioned this before. I'm delicate as a flower. Please talk to me
Mm-hmm.
nice. Like, please give me those affirmations.
Yes, okay, all right, and that's a good way to, show your love and affection by understanding those love languages. So maybe we should get into what the 5 are and
Hmm.
what each of those mean.
Yeah, that makes
Mhm,
sense.
mhm,
So I would like to start to say, where does this even come from?
right,
So this guy named Gary Chapman, he
mhm,
made a book that was like really, really like caught fire, very, very, very popular
mhm,
for like marriage counseling. Allegedly, he was a counselor, and he figured out through all of his clients that, like, okay, these trends have been coming up, and is what helped him find the love languages. And so he wrote the
mhm,
book in 92 called The Five Love Languages. So would you like
okay,
to tell the folks
alright.
what they are?
Yeah, so the 5 languages are words of affirmation,
Hmm.
quality time,
Okay.
acts of service,
Hmm.
physical touch, and receiving gifts. Those are the
Touch my
5.
body.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So apparently everyone has a love language, and it's not to say if the person you're with doesn't go by this specific love language that they don't love you or you would love them any less. This is just how you possibly receive intimacy and affection. This is the best way to make sure that you feel those things.
Right. So,
Mhm.
like, for instance, words of affirmation, this love language is all about like verbal praise and appreciation.
Mhm.
Um, and so, you know,
Showing that affection.
affection in like the verbal way. So,
Mhm.
oh, you want to praise their accomplishments or offer them like compliments regularly, my fave.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, this person likes to be told they're loved. I love you a lot, that you
Hmm.
appreciate them. They
Hmm.
love reading love letters and
Oh,
notes and those
yes.
cute little texts in the middle of the day.
Yeah, yeah,
That's that person.
that's the words of affirmation.
Mhm.
Um,
And then to go into yours, that equality time.
mhm,
So for this person, they enjoy that undivided attention and meaningful conversations with their spouse. They
mhm,
enjoy setting that time aside from all of the chaos or from hanging out with friends or having extra people around and really focus on just alone time with their
mhm,
person.
mhm. And for acts of service, which you said this was like your number two, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I told you I have to double check it because I'm not entirely sure which one it is, but I do love acts of service.
Okay, yeah, well, this one is all about, doing things for your partner to make their life easier.
Mhm,
I feel like everybody in the world loves this. I can't see how you could not. But
mhm, mhm,
and to do that, in order to show this acts of service, you'll do things like doing chores or
mhm,
making them breakfast in bed or like running errands for them,
mhm,
helping them with a project or a task that they're working
mhm.
on. And I don't know if this is like my little flair on it, but it's like not because the person is not asking you. This is something that you're initiating.
Yeah, yeah.
So to be considered like an act of service, which is really
Mhm.
important.
Yes, yes. I think this is, like, true to my my heart because, like, just to see something done that
Mhm.
you plan to do, or if you just never got time to do it and your person does it for you and you even have to ask them.
It's such a
It's
great
so good.
feeling.
It's so
It's
good.
that's because like you'll have, especially and for me, especially like a chore. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I had a long day. I'm so tired. Or like, I just
Mhm.
really, really, really don't like doing this chores. This sucks. You're just amping
Mhm.
yourself up. And then it's find out your partner just did it for you.
Uh-huh. Yep.
The best.
Yep. Freaking amazing. It is amazing. So another amazing love language, a lot of people
Mm.
are probably fans of this one, is physical touch.
Ooh.
Everybody love a physical touch, you know? So these people, they feel most loved with the physical affection, loving to be
Mm.
hugged frequently,
Mhm.
holding hands. These are the PDA lover people, giving massages, back rubs, probably like want to, have that person put their arm over their shoulders as they're walking in the streets.
Oh, yeah. The
This is the best
cuddle.
way. Yeah. The
Yeah.
cuddling. This is the best way to show that person you love and want to show affection to them.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like
Mhm.
touch, like the Mario song. Do, do,
Dun,
do,
dun,
do,
dun,
do.
dun.
Touch. Okay.
Touch my body.
Body.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then the Mario, touch my body. All right, okay. All right.
Uh-huh.
This one, I feel like this love language is very popular, especially in music nowadays. And
Mhm.
it's all about receiving gifts.
Oh, yeah.
And very self-explanatory. This one is about, you know, thoughtful, like meaningful gifts, right? So
Mhm.
if someone gives you
Mhm.
something that is thoughtful and meaningful, it's definitely like, a type of love language. And you could do that by like surprising someone with a thoughtful gift or getting them something they've been wanting and needing, or making them a
Mhm.
handmade gift,
Oh,
or giving
yeah.
them gifts to show you that you understand interests and preferences, stuff like that.
And just because their love language might be receiving gifts, that doesn't mean you have to shop all the time. Like one of
Mhm.
them were handmade gifts. So I think it's just the unexpected of you giving them something that took a lot of thought and
Yeah.
consideration. And
Yeah.
it reminds them like you had them in mind to kind of give it to them. That that person enjoys that stuff.
I
So
mean, I didn't realize that this was something that was like I really liked until
Mhm.
I got with my now husband.
Yeah.
Um, and it's so sweet. Like if he'll go somewhere, he'll just be thinking of me. He'll just like bring me something back. I wouldn't be expecting it, but it's really, really like such a sweet thing. And especially if it's something that I'm interested in. It's tough when
Mhm.
someone gets a gift that you're just anyone's ever giving you a gift and you're like, what made you think of me? Like, what about this
Mhm.
made you think of me?
Right? It's like if you're a
um,
vegan and someone brought you a charcuterie board.
or
Like,
some not the vegan kind, like not a cute fruit
mm,
one
yeah, no, no,
with the
no.
no.
Full salami and
Yeah,
pork sausages.
yeah,
Like,
or like someone gets you a shirt that's or a sweater that's like butt ugly, and you're like,
mhm,
what made you think
mhm,
of all this?
mhm.
Uh,
That's why that key statement of a thoughtful gift, like, you must know that
yes.
person of what they possibly have been wanting, needing,
Mhm,
or
mhm.
something that they wouldn't mind having. You have to have that person's thing, kind of preference in mind before doing that.
I also think too that there is a missing love language here, and it's food.
Mhm.
Okay,
Facts. I love food.
it's just like
Love, love food. When
me
T
too.
comes back home with just food, I'm like,
Oh, heart
yes.
stings. Yes.
Funny story. I could be sitting here and Steve will come in from doing an event or whatever,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
he'll just toss me like a carrot cake.
Ooh.
Yes, you know I wanted this. Thank you. Oh my gosh. That, and then it was a time before I came home and he cleaned the entire house. I was so in shock. I was like, oh my God. Like I felt that, I really felt that. And it's like something that, I don't know. To me, it felt like the world. To someone else, it might just be
Mhm.
like, all right, you live here too, whatever, you cleaned it. But no,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that was such a thoughtful thing that he could have did. I loved it.
I love
And I
that.
wanted to also talk about it doesn't have to be this over that, you know? I feel like all five of these
Mhm,
play a part. Everybody, I love every one of these things. I love hearing I love you and, nice
mhm,
affirmations here and there. I love spending quality time with my husband.
mhm.
I love an act of service, but
Yeah.
there's some that obviously outweigh others,
Yeah.
you know?
Eh,
So,
I mean, I was also thinking too, like when I was taking the quiz, was that
yeah.
I feel like this is really subjective to how I'm feeling in the moment. Because if
Mhm.
there was a time where I was feeling like, oh, maybe I wish I had a little bit more gifts, or maybe I'm like, maybe that's something that might be bothering me. If I'm filling out this form, I would say, oh, yeah, I would prefer gifts over that or this over that, even
Mhm.
though that might not be my main priority. It's just how I'm feeling at the time.
At the
Um,
time, yeah. And
yeah,
speaking of that, let's jump into these controversies because,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, could definitely switch it up about how you're feeling on these love languages depending on the time of day
Right.
or
So
even the basis and the background of the love languages.
let's get into the number one controversy that we stumbled across in our research. So,
Mhm.
Dr. Gary Chapman, the man who made these five love languages, there's a little bit of controversy on maybe his qualifications or not.
Yeah.
So it's
Mhm.
like, okay, is he really is he really a therapist, or is he qualified to speak on these matters?
Right.
And I was just trying to find his qualifications. I don't really see anything that says that he's like actually a therapist or a marriage
Mm.
counselor. However, it does say that he did attend some pretty prestigious schools and did get his PhD, but it doesn't really
Mhm.
say in what. I know his undergrad
Mm.
seemed to be in anthropology.
So does he have
Hmm.
background in counseling at all to vouch for any
I,
of this?
I mean, allegedly, jury's out on that. But if
Mhm.
anybody finds some more information about that, like, let us know. But I
Fill us
haven't
in.
seen anything in that sense.
Mhm.
Another thing is that the five love languages aren't that well tested. So there haven't been that many actual like research studies done to see if
Mhm.
this is true or not. And of the studies that have been done, they don't really support the ideas of like the effectiveness of love languages.
Okay,
So
so, like, there's no scientific background and backing to any of this.
yeah,
So,
there's
that's
nothing to say. Yeah.
yeah, I feel like just being in relationships and knowing the information that he put out, granted, he's
Hmm.
not a legit therapist or counselor, but with the information that was put out there, I feel like there's some validity to it. I don't think it's down to a science, kind of like zodiacs and
Yeah,
astrology.
astrology. Just giving that vibe. I mean,
Hmm.
the thing is that like humans usually fall on a spectrum. So for
Right.
instance, like even me, like day to day, I'm scoring different on this test.
Hmm.
And then no one is just all of one of these. So
No.
that's something. So it might be a little bit difficult to prove, but yeah,
Hmm.
definitely is given astrology vibes.
Right, right.
Hmm.
Because in the zodiacs, they swear, okay, you're Sagittarius. Every Sagittarius is like this, unless you're
Hmm.
born on the cusp of when the months change. Like, it gets
Hmm.
all in depth and crazy.
It does get into. I mean, I feel like it has. It does get into, but it still has a lot more stuff to it than these five love
Hmm.
languages. Um,
Hmm. Yeah,
and
I
that
feel like
this
there's more
guy,
studies.
yeah, there's probably
Hmm.
more studies to it, but like it's just even a little bit more nuanced and um, how would you say,
Hmm.
just a little bit nuanced in this. And I mean, what I'm saying is that there's nothing wrong with astrologies. I always talk about them. I'm like, oh yeah, one of those people like sometimes, yeah, that's because of your this sign or that sign, but like jokingly, it's not set in stone.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but I still think these love languages, while they're
Hmm.
not scientifically like backed with a ton of research, they are like good ways to kind of frame maybe your own behaviors or frame how you might feel or your partner might feel, like how to just like a basis to start, I think.
Hmm. Yeah, I
um
agree. And
mhm,
looking it up online, there's definitely some disadvantages to it. I think this is key for people who are in long-term relationships. Like you're not
mhm.
trying to con this person, you're not trying to manipulate them. But I can understand how people can use this to their advantage. It's just like, oh, okay, I met this person and it seems like he or she are really into when I compliment them or if I give all these affirmations, they just fall, oh, they're so in love with everything that I'm saying. So once they realize that, and then you can just work off of that. So I could see a manipulative side to it. But
Mm, mm,
I
mhm.
think, if you use it for the purpose that it was illustrated to be, I think it can work. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think so. I think that it should. I'm not sure what his purpose is, especially I think with his background not being that clear or whatever. It just sounds to
Mhm.
me more like he just hit the jackpot. But
Yeah,
I do
most
agree that it
definitely.
can be used in a positive way. Like it can be a way to
Absolutely.
try to use it. So with
Hmm.
that said, you guys make your own choice. If this is
Yeah.
something you want to follow, I tell you
Mhm.
this much, it's really hard for me to get my husband to take the test. He was just not interested.
I
Like
got Steve
just
to take it
not.
once.
You did? Oh my gosh, what
Yeah.
did you do?
It was a few years ago. It was just like, "Oh, you wanna do something fun? Let's do something fun and different. Let's both take this test and see what our love languages are. Let's kinda see where we fall." And, at the time, I don't remember what mine was, but his fell at a high percentage for words of affirmation, and
Mm,
that is 100% him. He
mm,
loves positive feedback. He loves an affirmation, and I've always kept that in the back of my mind, like, "Okay, this is what he thrives off of to see I'm, affectionate or to show my love for him." So once in a blue, I really push myself to do it. I'm not a big affirmation giver. So
mhm.
I really try hard to make knowledge of, well, to acknowledge when he does something or when he looks nice or when he, does a big accomplishment. I try to make sure I voice it to him. Now,
Yeah.
he obviously doesn't have a cap on how many affirmations he takes. It's like I'll say something like, "Oh, babe, that was a great video." "Oh, yeah, you thought that was great? Okay, tell me again." Why? I just told you. So to me, I'm thinking I fulfilled my quota by acknowledging it, but he just has
Yeah.
no limits. But like for like in that sense, it was pretty accurate. It was pretty spot on that
Mhm.
this is what he appreciates. So
I
I
must
thought it was
say, yeah.
helpful.
I think the test, like, I don't like does really reflect depending on how you answer. I feel like it does reflect. But if you take it and it does not reflect for you, or you're like, this doesn't fit for me, you're not wrong. It's totally okay because this is clearly
Yeah.
not a science. So
It's not a science. It's not the end of the
yeah.
world. Nothing's wrong with you.
Mm-mm, nothing's wrong, but nothing at all. So it's totally
Mm-mm.
fine. And maybe you guys could just find like different, um, like other resources for
Mhm.
marital help. Like we said before, um, counseling is always a great way to go. And then there's a bunch of other like books, and you can go other routes for that are like more, I would say that are like backed by actual researchers. Just may take a
Mhm.
little bit more of a lift because sometimes
Yeah.
those texts are really hard to read through.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
just use if you do want to use this in your relationship, just have fun with it. Like we
Mhm.
said, the research and the studies have shown that there's no science to this at all. So just have fun. Take the test if you want, or just think back and to see what things you've done that really made your spouse happy, and vice versa. And that's another way to determine what your love language is, and try to play on it.
All right, yeah. Okay, so I think I'll still use it as a rule of thumb, kind of like how I do with the astrology. And if you're
Mhm.
still down with us
Yeah.
and you want to still like use the love languages, don't forget to take the test. But I know you're probably wondering, okay, well, how can I, make dates or,
Mhm.
implement this with my significant other?
Yeah. So
So,
let's get into that. Like, how can you plan a date for the person that you're in love with and
mhm,
they have a love language that might not align with yours? You know?
mhm.
So let's get into that. Let's start with the words of affirmation, people. What do you think
Okay.
can help
So,
for a date night?
a really cute date night for the words of affirmation, people, is you can like write them a really nice note, and when you take them out, make sure you compliment them on how they look.
Mhm. Mhm.
You guys can do really nice things together, like, spending time and hanging out.
Yeah. Definitely spending time with each other and you know giving them that affirmation that they're longing for, or just speak to them, maybe go to, I don't know, like a spoken word something, write them a poem,
Mhm,
go on a
mhm.
picnic and just express yourself and express how much you love this person. I don't know, that's not my strong suit. I will definitely ask Steve what he would like as a date night for words of affirmation. That's him, that's his level. I'll get
Um,
that tip, come back to you.
Yeah, I think for the words of affirmation, you could definitely make sure that you're doing something that reflects what you and your partner like, or something that your partner likes, and
Yeah.
pretty much make sure that you're spending that time really like telling them how you feel. And even if you're
Mhm.
not good with words, you could shoot them a little text,
Mhm.
or you can write
Yeah.
them a note. So that's
Yeah.
really sweet. What about
Mhm.
quality time?
Oh, pretty much anything with just the two of you would be perfect for the person who enjoys quality time as their love language. Definitely don't plan too many double dates. Don't invite
Mm,
the boys out to the outings that you're about to do, or the girls, and make it a group thing. This person wants just you and them alone and engaging with each other. I probably won't suggest going to a movie for quality time. You don't really interact much, or and converse and have meaningful conversation during a movie. So maybe like a dinner date, a picnic,
mhm, mhm.
um, things like that that you both can engage with each other.
I mean, or if you guys do a movie, you could do it at home so that you guys can talk throughout the movie, like,
What? So what's the
Watch a
point of watching the
show.
movie?
Yeah, like you guys can react to it at the same time and like,
Yeah.
oh, like really
Oh, okay.
spend
That way you
time
can
like
pause. You can pause,
yeah, it could
rewind.
spin, rewind, or I really like watching movies, so that's
Mhm.
pretty fun. But like if we're in a movie theater, I still would consider that as a quality time because it's just us. And then
Mhm.
afterwards we can like take a walk, talk about it, or go to eat or something like that.
Mhm. Yeah.
You
So
can
you see, like, it has to be something afterward to engage that meaningful part.
I mean, I feel really nice with them sitting next to me watching the movie. It feels like time to me. It does. It feel like time
Okay.
together to me. Like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, anything you do with just the 2 of you would be quality time.
Yeah, it feels like quality. It's not like we're totally checked out and
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
maybe they're
I
on
guess
their
I'm speaking
phone
for
the whole
myself.
time, but if we're
Yeah.
watching it
If I'm
together.
engaged in a movie, I don't yeah, it's just me and the movie at that point. I need to understand what's going on, why this person did this, where did this thing come from? And yeah, I think Steve really doesn't like going to movies with me because he wants to engage in conversations at the movie. And I kind of look
What?
like I'm missing the
No,
movie.
movie. Yeah, no, no. No, you can't do that. All right,
I know.
okay, I get
I
what you're
gotta do
saying,
better.
like how it's not quality time, but it's still quality time to me. It's not quality time
Mhm.
if we're watching it and then like your partner is on their phone and they're not watching it. So now I'm just watching the
Mm.
movie. But if we're watching it together, then we're doing
Mhm.
something together and we can also I just feel like that's still doing something together. But
Yeah, okay.
I can see how that could not be considered quality time, but to me that is like
Mhm.
watching something together because we're all doing that
Mhm.
one thing at the same time.
Yeah. I got you, girl. Got you.
All right, acts of service.
Yes. All right. So, this is my favorite one. So, acts of service as a date night. So, I would say if your spouse has been talking about, oh, I want this massage, or I want to go and pick up some stuff for the house, things like that. It's not really a date, but just taking note and acknowledging those tasks and alleviating that from that person can
Mhm.
definitely kick in and be appreciated for a person who enjoys acts of service.
Yeah.
As far as date nights, let's say if they're into paintings and stuff, maybe a sip and paint. What do you think?
That's a quality timer to me.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Acts
think
of
like
service as a date.
access to wow, this is hard. Okay,
Mhm.
let's
Maybe more
see.
so in-house stuff.
Yeah. Or
Prepare dinner for them.
yeah, you guys could cook dinner together or they you
Mhm.
or you prepare for them.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
what else is a
Breakfast in
cute little
bed,
date?
like
Breakfast in
something
bed
cute
is
in the
cute
house.
in the house. Or yeah, I
Mhm.
don't know. I was gonna say something with like they're
Maybe
washing your
gardening
car.
together. Oh, yeah, well, that's not a date. That's like a just an act.
Wait, I saw
Yeah.
this something online where this guy was like, "This is how you take a girl out," and he took
Oh, you said it
her.
like that?
Yeah, exactly like that. Don't
Alright.
copyright me. But it was fine. I was like, "Oh, this is a great idea." And he was like, "Yeah, first you take her and you like you need anything, and then you take her to the grocery store and you just tell her get anything she wants, and then you pay for that. Then you take her to get her nails done. Then you take her to you go and you fill her tank up. You take the car to get something or another. Then you go pick up dinner, and then that's like the perfect date." And I was
I
like,
mean, he clearly is
that's
engaged in acts of
acts of
service.
service. So that's what I'm trying to say. We need that guy to
Yes,
comment and tell us we over here struggling. So obviously we wouldn't be able to execute
right.
a
Alright,
good
so
one. But
boom, boom. There you go.
yes.
Acts of service date, plan something for that person. Getting nails
Mm-hmm.
done, maybe
Mm-hmm.
getting the house cleaned, going
Mm-hmm.
out and
Mm-hmm.
doing things for them to make life easier.
Yeah,
Boom.
to just plan it. So yeah, that's a good one. And then
Yeah.
physical touch.
Ooh.
Ooh
Dun,
la
dun, dun,
la.
dun, dun, touch. Yeah, this is like
Touch.
massage. Yeah. You like a little song?
Yeah.
Thank you, Omarion. Credits to Omarion. I didn't make that up. So, like a massage, you can definitely go to a spa and do a couples massage. I think there's some that
Mhm.
I don't know if they show you how to do it on each other or they show you moves, but definitely massaging. Um,
You know what I think about?
hmm,
You know, in
what?
cartoons, when they have they'll have be at a carnival and then they get on the little love boat
Mhm.
ride and then a kiss at the end.
Mhm.
I don't know, it just
Oh,
reminds me of
that's the
physical
physical
touch.
touch?
Just a physical touch date. You guys go to the carnival.
Yeah.
It was
I
like
guess this
that.
would be more things like other than getting massages, but,
Mhm.
you can do physical touch during any type of date. Holding
Yeah, you
hands,
can literally do all of
know,
these through any type of date,
all
actually.
of them. Facts.
Yeah. Like
Mhm. Yeah,
physical
and
touch date.
you know it, receiving gifts, like, that's not a date. That's just something just does. So, I don't have a date option for you, unless maybe you go to something to make a gift. Maybe like Lips Lab, that's making a lipstick gift.
Oh,
There's,
yeah.
perfume places where you can make I forget what they're called, but you can go there and make a scent that's, specific to you or to your partner.
You
So,
can
yeah, maybe
also
that.
yeah, you could do, like, some or just go on a shopping spree,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
a
that's a
date to
bunch
the
of gifts.
mall, date to the dealership,
Mhm,
or,
yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember, like, when, the celebrities were having this whole trend where they were, like, showing off their lavish Valentine's Day, where there's, like, millions of roses everywhere and just ridiculousness. I mean, that's not
Mhm.
ridiculous, whatever, but yeah, like, I think that would be, like, a kind of a show of, uh, I guess, a gift date.
Yeah, sure.
A gift
I mean,
date plus
mhm,
physical touch, because I guess that's what's happening after they show that, so
yeah. At the end of the day, what you should do is definitely keep note of the things that
Mhm,
your person is into. Okay. If
mhm.
they're into words of affirmation while you're on your date at dinner, just say, "Hey, babes, you look beautiful. You look handsome.
Yep,
You
yep,
smell really nice."
yep.
Then you can give them a gift and then touch their hand. And at the end, you can drive them home. And you've hit
Yeah,
every single love
it's
language.
yeah, check, 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 and the whole thing is quality time. Check, check,
Yes,
check.
all
Um,
boxes.
so how do you find out your partner's love language? How do you find out your own, right?
Mhm.
So,
So the easiest way,
mhm,
obviously, is going to the
take a
website and
quiz.
taking the quiz. Yes.
Um, you can also just take some deep reflection time and think
Yeah.
about your childhood and what are some experiences that made you feel loved
Mhm. All
and
warm and fuzzy.
warm and fuzzy where your parents showed this love.
Yeah.
And that could be a strong indicator on what your type of love language is today. So you
Mhm.
could do that. And then as far as figuring out your
That's
partner,
pretty good.
you can ask them and they could say, I don't know, but you can ask
Mhm.
them probing questions, kind of like,
Mhm. Yep.
what do they prefer? And
Or
then
just pay attention to how they respond to certain things. And if you're not sure of it,
mhm,
just go through all 5 of them. Touch them.
mhm,
If they kinda, like, pull their hand back and don't really care to be touched, maybe physical touch isn't their thing. Or if you wash their car or, you know, bought something that they really needed and they didn't really care about it, maybe those
mhm.
things aren't for them. So, trial and error is also another way to determine the love language too.
Have them take the test. Or you
Yeah,
can do
the
it
yeah,
like
very simple.
Reema did. Maybe, you know what? I think that's
Mhm.
where I messed up because I was telling him to take the test, but I should have just been like, let's do this together. And it probably would
Mhm,
have tricked
mhm.
him.
Yeah, you can pull up the quiz and be like, "Hey, let me ask you some
Yeah, it's a
questions. Are you up for
question.
this?
He was like,
Let's
yeah,
play a
okay.
game."
Let's play a game. He's like, this game is long. What's
Right?
the
It's a
point?
long game, but it'll be worth it, I promise, right? It could be a
Yeah,
cute date night
exactly.
activity.
Yeah,
Yeah, speaking of
exactly,
playing
exactly.
games,
Do,
you
do, do,
know what we're
do.
gonna do, we playing a game. Boom,
We're
boom.
playing. And the game, I love that.
Well,
That's
the
such
boom,
a good
boom.
song. Yeah, that was a good game song this time.
Oh, well, my memory is horrible, so hopefully I remember it for next time.
No, it has to come from the heart.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna change every time we play this game. But either way, we're playing Would You Rather.
Would you
So
rather?
this is a
Oh,
special Would You Rather because we're gonna ask those kind of questions you would normally ask to determine what your love language would be.
okay. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys take note. Maybe you can ask these questions to your significant other.
Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
right, Rima. Would you rather
Yeah.
receive a loving note, text, email, or for no special reason, or a hug?
Hmm. I think the hug. I want the hug.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I feel like my mind would be racing, like, okay, what happened for you to just send this randomly? So with that just me, I go for the hug. Don't judge me. All right. So Nettie, would you rather spend alone time with your spouse or have them do something practical to help you out?
I'd rather spend alone time.
Yeah, that makes sense since quality time is your love language.
Yeah. Because, it is. It is for now. But, for now.
For
But
this
the
week.
reason for this week, the reason why is like, okay, I could also do something practical on my own, but it's just
Mm,
so much nicer when we're like ignoring our responsibilities together and just spending quality time.
being equal procrastinators.
It's
Just
together. And we're in this
to-
together.
as long as it's together.
So romantic. All right. All right, Rima, let me ask you another one. Your
hmm
partner gives you a little gift as a token of love, or would you rather them spend uninterrupted leisure time with you? So, can I want me to ask you that
Hmm.
again?
hmm
Would you rather
Sure.
your partner give you a little gift as a token of love or
hmm
spend uninterrupted time, like leisure time together? So, guys procrastinating together, living your
hmm
best.
I would say the uninterrupted leisure time over the gift. Yeah.
Nice.
I guess that's because we have a child now, so it's very
Hmm.
rare. So I
Uninterrupted is
would,
the big active word there, huh?
yes, that is the key word. We should put that in like bold letters. Uninterrupted leisure time. So yeah, it's Logan time all the time. All right. So Nettie, would you rather your partner unexpectedly do something like filling up your gas tank or doing the laundry, or would you prefer him to touch you?
Mm, do touch.
Okay.
Touch.
I don't care about that laundry. Let my car be dirty. Just touch me, baby. That's the route we're taking.
Yep, that's where I'm going. That's the way I'm feeling today.
All right, all right.
All right,
Roz is a
so
lucky man this week.
yeah, exactly, right? So would you rather your partner put their arm around you showing you some PDA
Mhm.
or surprise you with a gift?
Um, I would say surprise me. I'm not a big PDA person.
Mm, mm, classy.
Yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
thanks.
I love
Definitely
the
not a
little
big
gift idea
PDA.
though. Yeah.
Mhm. They surprise me with something, especially when it's like, unexpected. It's like, "What? You thought about me to just, little old me? So nice."
That's really sweet.
All right. So I have one more for you. You ready?
All right, I'm ready.
All right. So, would you rather your spouse give you a gift or hear I love you?
Oh, man, I gotta choose between those two.
Right? I know you want the gift, but you could be politically correct with the
I
gift.
know I do want the gift. I'm like, I know I love you. I know you love
Yeah,
me.
we know this already.
All right.
So which one?
uh, okay. The reason why I'm gonna pick "I Hear I Love You" is because, listen, hear me out. There was like this trend online a while ago
Mhm.
where
Uh-huh.
where guys were doing this prank on their girlfriends and wives and saying like hanging up or and won't say "I love you" before they got off the phone, or they were like
Mhm.
she was trying to leave, like about to leave, and they wouldn't say "I love you," and like they were getting so mad, and I was like, I would totally be pissed
Yeah. Like, "Yeah, what's
if
going
Raza
on?"
tried to like walk away and be like, yeah, all right, I say I love you, or hang up and don't say I love you, what's going on?
Mhm. Yo, I feel
So,
like that can start so many beefs. It's like you're on the phone, your person is out somewhere, and it's like, "Alright, I love you," and then you hear the phone click, and then they come home with a gift. Are you really caring about that gift?
nope,
I
nope,
got this gift. I don't
nope.
care about that gift.
Get out of here with that. Or they
Yeah,
walk out
okay.
the door and you're like, I love you. They like,
Mhm.
they don't even say they're just
Cricket.
out. Nah, ain't no way. So that's the
Yeah,
only
that could be
reason why
hurtful.
I gotta hear it. I know I gotta hear
Alright,
it.
I feel you on that one. Yeah, I'm down with that one too.
So here
Alright.
we are.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
time of the show.
Mhm.
Sweet
With the
tunes.
sweet tunes, and we're changing it up this episode.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we should go into this. We didn't really get into trouble, but, yeah, we can't just be playing songs apparently. But what we can do is add it to our playlist for you guys to listen to it at your
Check it
leisure
out.
on
Check it out.
YouTube, right?
Hmm, hmm,
So,
hmm.
let's see. So this week, Nettie, what did you pick? Where did you go this week?
All right. I could sing it for you guys. Hold on. Me.
Mhm.
Just kidding. You don't
Ooh,
want that.
and spare us. Spare us, girl.
Okay, so it's the song called "Don't You Forget It" by Glenn Lewis. Um,
Mhm.
and it's such a sweet song. It's a really nice chill song. I feel like it could be playing during a cocktail hour, or you could play it like, yeah, like in a smooth part when people are like schmoozing. It's a really good
Mhm.
time to play, or it could just be played at any point in the reception.
Mhm.
Um,
It's a good
and
love song.
it's a really good love song, and it's all about a man like explaining to his wife, or this person explains to the other person that they're really awesome and they should not forget that about themselves, and that he loves her for that.
Mm.
And I feel like it reminds me of the love languages because,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
it's
Definitely
a
a words of
words of
affirmation.
affirmation.
There you go.
Yeah. I hit
Definitely
him
speak
up,
to those.
and I ask him, okay, how do you do a words of affirmation date since you made a whole song about it? But anyway,
Mhm. Mhm.
that's my pick. So please, you guys would love to listen to it. Check it out on our playlist. What about you?
Mhm.
What
There
did
you
you choose
go.
this week, Rima?
So this week, I wanted to take it back a little bit, but not too far back. So I
Not back
chose
into time.
Love. Yeah, not back into time. We ain't going that far. But I chose Love by Keisha Cole. I think this
Oh.
is a beautiful song. It's kind of edgy and I love it. It's just like, everybody is going to be singing probably on key or not. But as long as you know the lyrics, it's okay. It's definitely going to be a unison at the wedding, especially if it's a first dance. You could just see it now. Like everyone's rocking
Yeah.
and just singing the song. It's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
But
Keisha
yeah,
Cole
that was
belted
my
that
pick.
out. Yeah, that's a great pick. So
Yeah.
check those out.
She put her heart out for that song.
Yeah, I can see everybody just singing.
Mhm, mhm, yeah. You can even do, like, maybe a dance. I think a lot of people are doing dances to songs during the reception for their spouse.
Oh,
Yeah, busting it out.
yeah.
Like, "Okay, yep,
Okay,
yep."
all right. Yeah, I'm trying to see somebody dancing to Love by Keisha
I
Cole.
mean, maybe, like, a spiritual dance, a lot of
Oh, praise
arms and
dancing,
swaying.
praise dancing,
Yeah,
praise
maybe.
dancing. Okay, for your husband or wife.
Girl, don't sleep on
That's
these
cute.
choreographers. They're gonna bust it out to that song.
You're
It's
just
gonna
thinking
be
about the
too good.
bride. If you're a bride who's a dancer or a groom who's an actual dancer, you could totally pull it off. If
Mhm.
you are not like a professional dancer, I don't know.
Girl, don't knock the unprofessionals.
Just just take
The
like
non-professionals.
definitely start taking classes before. So I like Dancing with the Stars.
I mean, whatever floats your boat. Have fun with it, you know?
Yeah,
Do
that's
what you
it.
do.
Play the song. It's beautiful though.
Yes,
Whether or not
yes.
you
Go
want to
back.
dance. Yeah.
Yes, go to our YouTube and definitely check those songs out. And you can
Mhm.
add them to your wedding playlist or not. We're here to help ease that stress and that pain of searching through 1,000,003 songs for your wedding
Yes.
playlist.
Yes, this is so
Hmm.
true.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
so we made it to the end.
We made it to the end. It's the
Hmm.
end of the show. Time to wrap it up. Don't you know? With the sugar and spouse
Hmm.
tips.
Yeah, the random jingles,
They're
hilarious.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah, pretty good.
I mean, Pharrell's gonna end on our line soon. Like, wait, we gotta get them in the studio.
Yeah, gotta sample that. All right.
All right,
Well,
so
ladies and gents, today's sugar is
mhm.
learn about your partner's love language. It can definitely help you with expressing your love and communicating that affection and intimacy that you have for your partner in your relationship. And, just because what they are into might not work for you or might not be good for you, you can definitely
Mhm.
take the time out to understand what makes them happy and take the time out to learn what you can do to better that situation.
Yes. And today's spouse is a little different. So we're
Mhm.
just gonna ask you guys to try out our sugar and spouse
Mhm.
love language challenge. So
Challenge.
challenge. So basically we're just challenging you to you and your partner to determine your love languages and spend a week catering
Mhm.
to that love language. So for 1 week, cater to the love language of your partner. And
Mhm.
just let us know if this improved your love, affection, and intimacy, or was it a total fail for you?
Right?
But
Yeah, let's help with the research. Let's see if this is
yeah,
actually helping people out.
exactly. Since there isn't enough scientific research, we're gonna start now. So you guys try it
Mhm.
out. Um,
Yes. Yes, social
Karima,
experiment.
Get your words of affirmation list up.
Yeah, I'm work on it. You need to figure out what your
I'm gonna do some
spouse's
stealthy
languages.
stuff to try to. I'm gonna try to. You know what? If I can guess, I think
Mhm.
Roz is like words of affirmation slash physical touch.
Those might be his top 2.
Those are his. That has to be his top two. It's like it has to be one of those two. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I
Okay.
I think I think I did. I figured a good idea. But anyway, I'll
Mhm.
let you guys know if I could get
Yeah.
him to happen.
Yeah, and even if he doesn't wanna sit down and go through the whole thing, maybe you could just randomly ask him questions during the week. Like, "Hey, can I
Ooh.
ask you a question? Would you rather me get you a gift or give you a massage?"
He's gonna
If
be
he
like,
goes for the
"Where?"
massage, yeah, just mark, "Okay, touch," and then, tally it up until you get enough to make a decision. I don't know.
I feel like that's what the quiz just is. So why not?
But he doesn't wanna
Um,
take it.
yeah, but I mean that's all the quiz is just saying, okay,
Oh, yeah, it's just
tallying up those
questions.
questions. This was questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I totally could do that. And then
Mhm,
I just don't
mhm.
want to be on the hook for a massage or a gift. So I gotta be careful. Like, okay, which one? I'm gonna ask
Hey, if
these
that's his
questions
love language.
without putting it in his head that that's what I'm about to do. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Well, if you guys can help Nettie out, she needs it. She needs some advice on how to figure out her husband's love language. So hit
Oh,
us up,
yes.
let us know.
Yes.
But that's it for this episode. And,
Mhm.
thank you guys for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you. And we hope that you guys don't forget to like us, subscribe to us on YouTube, Apple
Mhm.
Podcasts,
Spotify,
Spotify,
Google
uh,
Podcasts.
literally, and our Instagram is where it's popping at. Come over there.
Absolutely. Check
So,
us out.
yes, check us out. And we can't wait to hear from you. Hopefully, you leave us a comment or a review. And
Mhm.
that's it.
Yeah.
So,
So until next time,
thanks for listening, y'all.
bye.
Bye
Peace
bye.
out.